guys? This is Jeremy with Stanish Trains, and today I thought I would share with you something that's a little close to my heart. It kind of got a story behind it, so I guess I'll start there. So growing up, we did HO during Christmas time. We would set up a layout, and it was always different every year and stuff. Well, then when we had a house fire and I had to redo the living room, we changed some stuff up. I put a fireplace and stuff in my mom's living room, so it kind of took away the train layout area for Christmas. So moving on to about when we were buying this house here and I was getting married, my dad told me a story about how when his house caught on fire and it burned to the ground when he was younger. My pap had an old post-war Lionel engine and he lost it in a fire. So when my dad was moving out and was working full-time and stuff and starting his family, he bought my pap a new Lionel set for him just to kind of bring it back or whatever. When my pap passed away, he gave that to my dad. And then I liked that story so much, so when I was moving out, I bought him this Flyer Chief set and stuff, and when he passed away, I got it back, and that's kind of what got me into O-Gauge. So the reason for this whole video is I was moving some stuff around and pulled out my dad's passenger cars, and I thought I would share them with you. These cars are kind of funny because I talked my dad into put my pap's train up for Christmas one year, just put it around a tree. And I go up in the attic of the garage and there's this huge cardboard box just full of the Gargraves track that's actually my layout now that was in that box. And then also inside it was 7 Williams passenger cars, and they were pretty beat up. They were all mismatched colors and stuff. But I yelled down to my dad and I said, where'd you get these passenger cars? I didn't know you had O-Gauge passenger cars. And he had like no idea where they came from. He didn't know he had them. The only thing we could think of was dad's oldest brother was doing auctions a lot at that time. And I think he may have like bid on a box full of train stuff and got it cheap, gave it to my dad. My dad was always getting stuff cheap and kind of just was throwing it in the garage. And I'm thinking that's what happened. It just got overlooked. But we get him down, and my dad was very big into doing things like bringing things back to life. He was really good at spending little to no money to have nice things. So the winter project, he completely ripped them down, and I have pictures that I'll put in this video to show you like the stages he had. I got them off his phone before he passed away, but he ripped them wholly down. He spray painted them, put them all back together, but he never got the decals and stuff on. So when I got his collection, I had my cousin, she has a Cricut, she printed out a whole bunch of Pennsylvania letters and numbers, and I finished them up. So it was kind of a father-son project, just my dad wasn't here to see the end. And I thought I would share them with you guys. Just, this is a set, I mean, it's never going to leave my collection just because of what it means to me, and it's my late father's and stuff. But I'll get the video or the pictures in, and we'll kind of go through that, and I'll talk about the stages or whatever, and then we'll get closer and show you what they look like now, and then end it with a running session. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy, because this is a pretty meaningful set for me. So thanks. Alright, so here's a video of them after we found them in the box. He put them on the starter set that I got him just on our dining room table. And I didn't even realize I had this video, so it's kind of cool to see he had this set up and was running them. Now here he has them all ripped apart, and they were spray painted with red. Another picture, all the parts spread out on the dining room table, painting all the doors and the steps individually. Then he started putting them together slowly. And then this is what they looked like before I got the decals made. So here's what they look like today. Like I said, my cousin printed out all the decals on her Cricut machine. It's all vinyl, and they were all individual letters and numbers, so I had to place them individually. And I finished painting all the detail, the gold across, and the grab irons I painted with gold. But I think my dad would be happy about it, how they turned out, and it was kind of a fun way to finish up the project that he started. And it's a set that, like I said, it'll never leave my collection, just because it means a lot to me. But I don't have any Pennsylvania Railroad engines to pull these, so I have my 280 Baltimore, Ohio engine to pull. The Flyer Chief engine that I bought him, it only has 2 pickup rollers, and it doesn't like my switches in the back of the layout, so we'll just run it with that. But like I said, appreciate you guys watching. Hope you enjoy these as much as I do, and I'll catch you on the next one.